We have a broken box protector here, another broken one here. You also want to look up at your roof and your framing. We're missing roof hangers, that we should have some cleats and hangers on each one of those rafters. Don't ever take off a dead front cover. If there's electrical issues you find in any of the plugs, tell the owners that they should have a qualified, competent electrician take off the dead front cover. But don't you take it off as an inspector if you find electrical concerns. But if you don't find electrical concerns, please be very careful. Never stick anything close to it or near it. It would be great if you could just turn off the main breaker. That would even be the best, but a lot of houses are commercial, you can't, because people are working there or they're there, and they would have to reset all their alarms, their clocks, etc. So usually you can't do that. Just put safety first. But the things you want to look at is you want to look at your bus bars, that you don't have any doubled bus bars, unless the manual says you can have a double bus bar, but usually you cannot. You want to make sure that all the feed wires coming in, what type they are, copper, aluminum. And if you have copper, you don't want to see this exposed copper. You should only see the rubberized protection sheathing up to where it clips in. You should not see a frayed piece of copper. So you'd write that up as deficient. This side looks pretty good except for these three up here, and then a couple over here aren't good. You also want to make sure that you look for the green wire, and that's the grounding wire. Very important to have it grounded. You also want to look at the breaker sizes. What does the manufacturer say on the AC and the heater system? What is the breaker size? What about the water heater? You want to check that. Remember, doing an inspection is not an exhaustive inspection, but for those major appliances, it's best you have it checked. You also want to call this deficient because look at this opening here. This breaks our firewall. You want to have a nice tight box in here, not have these air gaps in between. You're also missing a bushing up here. You should have a plastic bushing around those wires so they never get frayed. This one also has some open wires with some tape on it, some vinyl tape. That is improper. They should have wing nuts, or they should have a wire cap, protecting cap on top of those wires. So this unit here is definitely hazardous and deficient.